Arnold here, co-founder, Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. So, doing the quick now live stream of the market analysis. That's where we are. It's Sunday afternoon, Chicago time. By the way, I'll also start to repost this with the intro stripped out so you can watch it either via the live stream. If you miss the live stream, you can still watch the recording of the live stream, or I'll post it again. I will attempt to every day. I'll edit out the intro so you don't have to sit through or fast forward through to 5 minutes. By the way, if you're new here, please consider subscribing, liking, disliking a video, and ringing the bell, especially so since it's Sunday afternoon. Since when I do go live, you can know and you get notified of the sessions. You know, we're doing the live stream Tesla. Now I'm starting to do the live stream of the market overview. Thanks, Amit. I hope I spelled or said your name right, but I really can't talk today. This is just not really good. Hey, 42 Lou. Yeah, I'm working too hard 7 days a week, but what am I going to do? I have to provide you guys good content, and I have to do the analysis anyways. We're going to switch cameras here because I have to be prepared for next week. So the only day you really get off, at least from the financial markets, is Saturday, because Sunday's a prep day. Again, the futures are going to open in a bit. So I have to be prepared for that. They don't close down until Friday afternoon, but we still got the crypto thing going on Saturday. See, crypto ruined the day off, but that's just the way it goes. All right, S&P 500. Thank you, everyone, for being here. S&P 500 eking out a new high. This is front month futures contract. So front month right now is December. Just eking out a new high, closing down actually from Friday's high. Still holding. So far, I'm calling this, we've been an upward trajectory. We're still in overbought condition, but we're starting to sort of get a little sideways correction, but still very, very overbought. I have some of my harmonic retracements on here, which coming in with a significant level we already had right around 45. Well, the harmonics coming in about 45.1750, the significant level 45.16, and Friday's low 45.15. So you have 45.15.25 actually, 45.16, 45.17.50. That is, guess what? That's going to be a key support we're going to watch going into this evening and tomorrow morning. I think I saw a comment. I asked, do we want the SPYs, the cubes to be analyzed, or we like the futures or the indices? So far, it's been voting for the futures, which I tend to agree with because they're trading nearly 24 hours, and besides a little closing time each day, and we get them through Friday evening, and then they start again Sunday evening, so it gives us a lot more price action to analyze. But you can always transfer these levels to the spiders, to the Qs, to whatever else, the diamonds, which is the Dow ETF. So if you're doing those, you can pause the charts that we go over. You can reproduce these levels. I lay out everything, how I set up my charts. Nothing is hidden here. You can see here's a little 1 hour chart coming in. Again, S&P 500 futures closing just below the significant level. So you can see resistance over here, turning into support really nicely, holding the 1 hour rotation zone until it sold through there. Coming back down to now we have the 12.5% retracement. Again, we use harmonics here instead of fibs. They're 12.5% increments. If I just show you real quick in my settings, so you can see everything's 0.125, so you can set them up just like we do. They've tested out more accurately. That's why we use them. So right off, I'll be watching as this 45.29.75 area, 45.30. That's going to be my first indication of where we're going to open. If we open below that, that will become resistance. If we open above it, of course, support. Now, If that holds, support holds, then I'm going to be watching upwards of, minor level about 45, 47 on a rally. Then, and I'll be keying off that until we get to 45, 51, 50, which was the high on Friday. We opened below 45, 30. I'm going to be focused on a retracement to this area I listed out, that all-time low, or Friday's low, 45, 15, 25. 45, 16 area right in here. We break below there because remember, we are overbought. This is the 4-hour chart. We have the rotation zone. Again, this is orange line 8 EMA, blue line 21 EMA, green line, which is not part of the rotation zone. We just have it up there because so many people key off of it. 50 period EMA. I'm using the exponential moving averages. They tested out better. You can see here on Friday dipping down to the bottom of the rotation zone, closing back up above that significant level, and now we're just hovering right there. So that's why this 45, 15, 45, 16, 45, 17 area is so key. So if we start getting down there, I will watch for any reversal patterns. If that breaks, you have very minor support coming in right here. I'm going to be coloring, trying to keep my colors in order for everyone, but minor levels are going to be more purple. The major levels are going to be this black color. If we get below there, you know what I can do also? I can do the harmonic projections down. We have our forward harmonics, which, look at that, very minor 45.10, but then support area coming in with these lows. We're more focused on the closes on this channel. So on a closing basis, 45.0775, on a low dip down basis, 45.0625. Now we drop below there. 44.93 area is my next significant level. See how that plays on the daily. And you see here 44.93 coming in with the daily rotation zone. Right now, the rotation zone is a little below that, but once it starts trading, the price action will pull it up. Right now, we're about 44.89. So 44.89 to 44.92 is major support on the daily basis. That if we get down there, again, that's where I'll be watching for a rotation pattern back up, because we will have returned to the daily rotation zone, or a short-term reversal pattern. Below that, let's see what else we have. We have 44.7875 minor level. That's a 25% retracement from this up move. Would not ignore that level for very short-term reversals. And then below that, 44.65. Those are all my key levels to the downside. Now to the upside, which everybody's always likes to hear the upside. Above Friday's high, again, Friday's high, 45.51.50. We're then watching the major cluster area of 45.82 to 45.85.75. That's our major levels up there. For a more minor level, we're going to have to use the harmonics. I'm going to use them from the 1-hour chart. We're coming from the low at 10 o'clock Chicago time to back to the high at 9, the 9 a.m. bar. And here are your minor levels. Above Friday's high, 45.56 and 45.60.50 area. So those are the key ones to watch for if we get above Friday's high. Taking a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq did pull back. We got a down close on Friday, so S&P closed up. Nasdaq closed down, but holding. Again, I have the retracement harmonics on here. Those are these red lines. That's from the low on October 4th up to the high on the 21st. We pretty much closed right at it. So Nasdaq could not eke out a new high, but I have this little support zone right here. Let me zoom in. Key to me is about this 15.3, 13.25, maybe 15.310. So 310 to 313. We start breaking below that. Even in the overnight session, I'll be watching about 15.273 to right around 15.265. Those are my next levels to the downside. Beyond that, and here's another way to use those harmonics now, from Thursday's high to Friday's low, giving me 15,247, and then 15,221.25. Now keep in mind there's not a lot of stopping points in here. You can see here, this is a clear path move. So we start trading, especially below Friday's low, 15. Now I can't read it. 15,273.75. These are very minor. I will start watching the 50-period exponential coming in at the 25% retracement of 15,203 as the next stopping point, but that's just minor because we don't. This is a clear path move all the way down to 15,145. So if we start getting a close below Friday's low, at least on the 1 hour chart, start watching for a bigger pullback. That's going to be key. You can see here we're below the 1 hour rotation zone that's gone flat. We're also below the 4 hour rotation zone at this point with the close of the 4 hour bar right at that significant level. So that's gone to neutral mode. Now daily, let's check on these levels with the daily chart. Again, I do this analysis live and I don't pre-plan any of this. So if I adjust a level, it's just the way my brain works with trying to work out my own game plan for tonight and tomorrow. 15,247.50. We had that harmonic level, and look at that, right with the daily rotation zone. So that is a level now I am adding to my plan before this 15,204.75, and then before the 15,145. So that level has turned into key, especially on a closing basis. So even if we dip down below that level, that's where I'm going to be watching it for a daily close, because that would be holding the daily rotation zone and still in bullish mode, watching for a rotation back up. To the upside, we have some minor resistance coming in, this 15,344.25. We start getting a move above there. Next level I would not ignore. It's going to be one of those purple lines you see here at the top of the 1 hour rotation zone. And this little support shelf. So over here it was resistance. Key close on that. Key close here, but holding that. Low just coming in front of that level, and then the breakthrough, then 2 retests with these wicks. So that is a very key level on a short-term basis, 15,381.25. I will not be in any kind of bullish mode until we get above there. We start getting above there. My next area is this 15,430.50. And then it's, you got to go with this minor little resistance level. Again, a little tip, and I tell this all the time, but it bears repeating. Focus on first and foremost candle bodies and the areas where they're clustered together. So 15,450 is my next target. Above there, we're looking at Thursday's highs, 15,483.75. And then this is another area to do a reverse harmonic. Why it's a reverse harmonic? Because it's going backwards in time. So we're going from the low on Friday back to the high on Thursday, giving me 15,508.25, 15,534.50. Those are pretty much the game plan levels for the Nasdaq. To again jump out to the bigger picture, just finally a slight pullback, but we're dropping out of this overbought, a little topping pattern right there. Let's just see if we get a further pullback. Really watch where it closes in relation to the rotation zone. We start getting that close below 15,247.50. I will watch for the bigger pullback towards the bottom of the rotation zone, and still to kiss this old trend line goodbye. That is a way we draw a path trend line. So if you want to learn about that, I have links in the descriptions, and they're on the channel for free. Let me draw where the updated one is. Right there. There's where the updated one, because this is a pausing bar, so the new defining point is Thursday's high. So that's why Thursday's high is now key for any continued rally. Finally, mini Dow also eking out a new high. People also wonder why we use the mini contracts, because with the volume they provide better price levels. They're more heavily traded. 35,425 holding. Hey, let me Let me add some real quick. We'll get back. Hey, Fancy, glad you could join the broadcast today. Welcome. Thank you so much for the comment. Again, thank you. Holding 35,425. That level is going to be key watching for tomorrow. Especially once the session starts opening. You can see here how it was support turning into resistance, spiking just below it slightly, but that's my key support level, 35,425. We get below there. I'm watching the 12.5% harmonic. That is from the new highs that were set. And you see here how that just happened to be resistance before. Support ledge just breaking below it temporarily, but that's the key level I'm still going to be using. 35,362 is that level. Let's see how this looks on the higher time frames. So we closed right at the rotation zone. If you want a very short-term level to watch, right there, and see how it's nice resistance becoming support on a closing basis. So you start getting closes below 35,472. Then you can target that 35,425. Below there, your minor level is these candle bodies in conjunction with the rotation zone about 35,385. That's a very minor level where I'd be going if we do break below this. There's a fair amount of support in here. You can see that, you know, how we've dipped down, we've closed up, so there's a fair amount of support. But if you really start getting a close below 35,362, my key level based off the daily, 35,210. Do not ignore that level. That's with the rising rotation zone. We have a past significant level. You can see a little pause there with that gap open. So that's very key if we start breaking down on Monday or overnight. 35,210 is a level I will not be ignoring. Then I'm going to go to 35,80. So those are the levels I'll be watching for potential reversals. What are reversals? I'll be watching there for divergence patterns, double bottoms. Now, on the bullish case, it's getting sloppy. I mean, this was really overbought. I have to just be waiting. 35,605. That's going to be my level to the upside. I'm also, with this pausing area, going to update these targets. Let's go back to that daily. Let me take a look here. Just zooming in. Let's get our short-term levels up here. So I'm just looking for a good level. This mini Dow contract's been choppy recently. I have to go using the harmonics, the minor levels from the low that pulled back into the rotation zone. So this would be considered the most recent swing on a higher time frame. 35,687 to 35,729 are my two targets, the upside on a rally. But you can see here how price has been rejected every time above 35,605. So I'm going to be watching for at least a 1 hour close above 35,605. Then I'll target the highs, then 35,687, then 35,729. That's pretty much it. Let's just take a quick look at the weekly. Just seeing if there's anything else to point out. Not really. There's nothing there on the Dow on the weekly. Let's just go back through to Nasdaq on the weekly. You can see, just because it's a Sunday, see how we held the weekly rotation zone on a closing basis really nicely. That's why we always judge everything off the closing basis. Do not get panicked out with wicks or tails. Really use the closes to focus on whether key levels are broken. That's why I keep stressing it. So it's held the rotation zone so far. And the S&P, again, if you're wondering, my two major markets I do watch are the S&P and the Nasdaq. They give the most accurate price information. But you see here also the rotation zone on the S&P has held very nicely. What will be interesting is, depending on how high we get, if we don't make substantial new highs and we don't get above 46.22, which seems like a long way off, but the way this market's been behaving, it can take that out in a couple weeks. If we don't get above there, we do have a massive potential double top. Now, we're nowhere near confirming or even triggering that unless we got a sell-off at a close below this key low of the week of September 27th, which was 42.60, but I'm just pointing that out because that could be a topping pattern, and this has been running out of momentum. Even with this recovery, we've lost a lot of ground. Also, some companies that are missing earnings right now are getting utterly destroyed. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that for the rest of the earnings season. Can I answer those questions during they're Tesla related? Can I answer those during the live stream tomorrow, please? I try not to blend uh, the videos together. So if you could repost those again tomorrow and we will go through some of those questions. Again, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful trading week and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.